Spring slowly comes to its midpoint. It is May 2nd. The 20th anniversary begins. A week-long celebration, not of the dead, but of the cause they fought for. This stone was made as a memorial to those who fought. People come worldwide to show their respects. Still not allowed on the school grounds, we decided to explore the outer rims of the Forbidden Forest with two other former students.
This mark here was made by an incendio charm. I remember a group of us tried to flank the Death Eaters from Hogsmeade. It was a dangerous thing to try. I mean, there were only a dozen of us, and we knew we'd be fighting close to the Dark Lord.
How did the diversion work out for your group?
Well, we didn't meet you-know-who, but he had recruited a number of creatures to his command. Giants, spiders, you name it. Some of us held up well enough against them. We were trapped down by the lake when the creatures retreated, and we heard his voice. He was giving Harry Potter one last chance to reveal himself. 1 hour. If Potter didn't show himself, then he himself would enter the battle and punish every man, woman and child who faced him.
And what did you do then?
We didn't do anything. We couldn't. We just waited for Harry Potter to make his decision.
I believe this is where you-know-who stood when he announced Potter's death. That's when we all lost hope.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
Do you believe that's what happened?
I like to. Whether or not happened or not, doesn't matter. It makes me feel better. That's why most of us still don't say the Dark Lord's name. Deep down, for us, he's still alive. And it's not just me. The majority of the community. All those years of terror. We just can't say the name. Makes it too real. I'm sorry. I think I'm done.
Of course. During the week of the celebration, we ran into another acquaintance of Mr. Potter's, Luna Lovegood. A week later, we scheduled to talk to her. Though most of the interview she was quite unfocused, we did manage to have this brief discussion. What would it have been like if the Dark Lord had killed Harry Potter?
Well, I think it would have been all of our worst nightmares. There would be no more happiness, no joy. We already experienced some of that before the war, Muggleborns would be rounded up, perhaps, and given over to the Dementors, and dark arts would be taught in schools. Death Eaters would be watching your every move. Families were broken, husbands watching wives murdered, parents watching their sons and daughters slaughter others. There would be no more happiness, no sunshine.
You were one of the prisoners during the war, were you not?
Oh, yes. It was quite a scary time, though. Dean helped comfort me.
We actually spoke to Dean recently. Have you heard from him since the war?
Oh, yes. He and I have become, good friends. We talk quite a lot. He even told me about your argument with each other.
He did.
Oh, yes. He asked that I not be interviewed, but I figured, what harm could it do? He can be a little protective sometimes.
Did he tell you what our disagreement was about?
About Harry?
And what do you believe on that matter?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would be the right person to ask about that. You might want to think about asking Harry.
Unfortunately, he's decided not to participate.
Oh, that's too bad. I suppose I could ask Ginny for you. She would probably know.
I very much doubt that.
Oh.
Sometime later, we received an owl from Mrs. Potter herself. It seemed Mrs. Lovegood was true to her word, and very much correct.